Om Ajnanatimiransya Gnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vashabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you for today's session. So the course is Śraddhā and Śaranāgatī on the session number 4. So I welcome all of you for today's session. So before starting, I request so all of you to rename all your names, rename them with your names. So your legal names, if you don't have any initiated name. So we are seeing some names are just like, so Nokia, this, the, sorry, what? iPhone, something we are seeing like this, and difficult to put the attendance. If you don't change, then there will be a problem. So the problem is we cannot give attendance and we don't give any certificate also to you. You have to change. You should not write the message Mataji Nitya Manjari like that. You should rewrite that, rename. You click on that, and then there will be getting an option rename. Type it. Okay. So that is the way. So we are also seeing Galaxy J7. This is also one more place. So I request him also to rename it. Okay. Just before starting, I just want to know, again and again I was repeating. So here, rehearing the lecture, of course, some might have heard, but I expected actually everyone to hear again. So how many of you heard and came back actually? Second time hearing. How many of you did raise the hand? Only? So 8 members. Okay. Only 12 members. Because why I gave this assignment? Because if you want to learn, there is a need to follow the and follow the assignment given by the teacher. Because it is not just a katha or the story. We are trying to learn an important aspect about the pure devotional service, which is very much needed for us. So understanding pure devotional service very clearly will definitely help us So in the further development of our devotional service. So that's why I all of you so to focus in these classes very attentively and make the notes, and also you have to hear back again and discuss and also teach to others. These are all things that are expected, and those are all will be helping. From the past experience we have seen several students that and they got the benefit, so that's why we are recommending to all of you also the same thing. So okay, just today we'll be continuing our discussion in the yesterday's class. Then a recap on yesterday's class. We are seeing the three different tasks actually. We took three different tasks. T1, that means he is identifying himself as a Vaishya and performing his activity, that is the agricultural work, working in the field, agricultural field. Activity which is done by the body, mind, or so. Next, there is one more activity we took, identifying oneself as a soul. Based upon that, one is so control his sense mind. This is also activity. This activity also we discussed. And third activity is so chanting holy name. Example we take chanting holy name. So what is the difference between the first and second, and with the third one? In the third one, the action chanting, that means vibrating the tongue, is action. So is having the direct connection with the Krishna. But if you see in the task 1 and task 2, working in agricultural field is not at all having any kind of so connection with the direct connection with the Lord. So that action is not having any connection. Second thing is so based upon the knowledge, I am not the body, I am the soul. So based upon this knowledge. Hare Krishna, is it better? No? Is it okay? Sound is okay? I think. Okay, just wait for 2 minutes, so our file will be over. Then will be over and then have the proper mic. So anyway, the task is directing. Now, in the case of task, there is no need to do any specially to make it for Krishna. But in the case of task 1 and task 2, so task 1, if you see, there is a bodily conception of the life is there. He is identifying himself as a Vaishya. And also in the second case, in the second task, one is identifying himself as a soul, but not identifying as a servant. So task 1 and task 2 are similar to the 1 and 2. Task 1 and task 2 are not directly connecting with those actions are not directly connecting with the Lord. So to them with the Lord, you have to do something. So in the case of task 1, so example, if you want to make it that task devotional, that means working in the field, if you want to make it as a devotion, what you have to do, you have to offer the result of that task to the Lord, then it will become devotion. Similarly, but it is not originally devotion, but when offer the result of that, then it is becoming the so activity for Krishna. It is becoming the activity for Krishna or pleasing activity for pleasing the Krishna. So similarly in the task 2 also, so you can control the mind, and so that can be assistant. Controlling mind can be an assistant to chant holy name nicely. So in this way, second task also is getting connection with the Bhakti Adi Krishna. So that means there is extra endeavor is there in the task 1 and task 2 to make it so for Krishna with favorable mood. So that like this, let us assume Devadatta is doing the task 1, task 2, task 3 continuously. continuously. That means sometimes task 2, sometimes task 1, sometimes task 3, sometimes task 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. Or 3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, or like that. He keep on doing. He's keep on doing. That means all these tasks also is connecting. 1 and 2 definitely in that case is connecting that also with the Krishna. So that means this is nothing but what? Krishna anuselanam. Anukulyena Krishna anuselanam. This is nothing but Anukulyena Krishna anuselanam. That means doing the different tasks or different activities using the body, mind, or speech, either by body, mind, or speech, or both, or but two, or one, anything. So we are doing the activities so for Krishna. But these activities majorly you can categorize like these three. So now the point is, Devadatta, these activities he is doing so favorably, it means to please the Lord. Definitely is doing it for the pleasing the Lord. So whole day he is engaged to please the Lord. He is doing all this. So even he is doing all these activities, so we cannot say him as pure devotee. What are the reasons I brought out? Yesterday I was telling one thing. Like example, if you take, maybe someone is inviting you. I told someone, the boss is there. Someone is inviting boss to their home to nicely give a treat and feed him nicely to please him. They are doing feeding to please the boss. So, but that employee is expecting promotion. Further, then that kind of thing is not, that is not pure actually. So he's having some other motivation than the only pleasing the boss. He's also having the one more motivation. Similarly, Devadatta is doing various activities, so which are directly connected to the Krishna and which are not directly connected to the Krishna. So, but he is making everything. So, which are not connected also is making connect and doing those continuously. 24 hours he is doing. So, by this much definition, any activity, anyone do activity for Krishna for pleasing 24 hours. So you cannot say this as Shuddha Bhakti. You cannot say it is as Shuddha Sadhana Bhakti. You cannot say it as Shuddha Sadhana Bhakti. Because he might be trying to please the Lord, but he might be having some more material intention, or otherwise some other intention, other desire. Other than the pleasing the Lord, what are the possible desires? So there are the two more possible desires are there. One may be the material desire, another is maybe the liberation. So these are the two possible other desires than the pleasing the Krishna. So that's why now we'll be continuing our discussion from here. We finished till here in the yesterday's class. Today we'll continue from here. I wrote something actually, and I will show that and explain that and try to make all of you to understand that. I'll share my screen. Yeah, till here we did. Of course, Devadatta's activities for Krishna. Activities are Devadatta is meant for activities for Krishna, but he cannot be called as pure devotee. He is performing those activities to satisfy Krishna, but he may have material desires or desire for liberation. So he cannot be pure devotee. That means you cannot define pure devotion as simply anukulyena Krishnanusilanam. So anukulyena Krishnanusilanam means doing activities, various activities for Krishna, so for pleasing the Krishna. So 24 hours continuously, or otherwise 24 hours. This much definition is not sufficient. One may try to please Krishna, so with some material desires are the desire for the liberation. So that's why to remove this, so to clearly mention that pure devotion means one should not have any other desires than the pleasing the Krishna. Pleasing the Krishna is already there in the word anukulyana. Anukulyana means pleasing Krishna. So that means one should do Krishnanusila means doing activities continuously for Krishna. So anukulyana means for pleasing him. Favorably means for pleasing him. That is there. Pleasing Krishna is there. But one more thing is what we need. We should put one condition to make it more pure. So what we should put? He should not have, Devadatta should not have other desires. So that's why to say Devadatta should not have other desires. So in the pure devotion, in the definition of pure devotion, we are adding one more word actually. What is that word? Anyabhilashita sunyam. Anyabhilashita sunyam word is added. So you understood why the Anyabhilashita sunyam word is added? Because one may try to satisfy Krishna, and by satisfying Krishna, he may expect some material gain, or he may expect some material, some liberation. So, which are other desires than the pleasing Krishna. So that's why, but Jivatma is what? Jivatma will be pleased when it serves the Krishna. So that is the philosophy. That is the fact. That is the universal truth. Jivatma will really become happy by serving Krishna only. And even it is seeing some happiness in just, you might be actually, so having the material enjoyment or going the liberation, that means getting the liberation. But this happiness is truly is not a real, that means is not the happiness the way the devotee get. I don't know why they are not stopping people. So much time they are taking. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's why to make Devadatta's routine as Shuddha Sadhana Bhakti, all activities should be performed only to only please Krishna, and there should not be other motivation. So the word Anyabhilashta Sunyam is added to the definition of Uttama Bhakti. That's why the Anyabhilashta Sunyam is a very significant word. So that Devadatta is now when you are instructing Devadatta what? Oh my dear Devadatta, you should do activities for Krishna either by body, mind, or so by the mind or speech continuously with for the pleasing Krishna without any other without any other motivations or without any other desires. So Devadatta. Oh, it is good. Someone is drawing on my screen actually. Previously, I don't know why they are being. You should not draw on my screen. Don't use your. No. Actually, they do something. So, Anyabhilasha Sunyam is added to the definition of Uttama Bhakti. So, by adding this word, so that Devadatta is not allowed, is not allowed to have desire other than pleasing Krishna. So, this is the thing achieved. Now, next thing is, so that means Devadatta is doing the activities, different activities. Some are the activities directly connected to the Krishna and some are not directly connected to the Krishna, but he is connecting them somehow to the Krishna. So, for pleasing him, and he is not at all having any other desires. If you say this much definition, is it okay? So that means, is it okay? Can you call this much definition as the Uttama Bhakti? Anyabhilashta Sunyam Anukulyena Krishnanusilanam Bhaktiruttama. If I say like this, so is it sufficient? So to say that definition is Uttama Bhakti? So can anyone comment on this from the student side? So raise the hands and I want to hear. Okay, raise the hands. Everyone raise the hand. That means who are desiring to say, then I will select. I will hear from you, then I can understand more. Okay, 4 members. Okay, Divya Nithaya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, this Gyan Karma Anavartam is not there in definition of Siddha.
Don't go with that. The Jnana Karma Dhyanavartam. We are trying to understand why the word Jnana Karma Dhyanavartam is kept there. We are trying to understand that. So you should not say that Jnana Karma Dhyanavartam is there. That means we are building the definition. We are building the definition for Uttama Bhakti by by our, that means by the philosophy, and we are building that step by step, because we are the servant of the Lord. So that's why we should do the activities for Krishna. Okay. So, and to please him. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and we have to please him. So because we are the part and parcel, we should please him all the time. So that's why we should do activities for him. And we should, and philosophy is what? If you satisfy Krishna, everyone will be satisfied. So that's why we should not have any other motivations. So only motivation we should have is satisfying him. So that means from the philosophy, whatever we understood till now, so based upon that, we built that. So bhakti means we should do activities for sadhana bhakti, uttama sadhana bhakti. We are not discussing the uttama prema bhakti or bhava bhakti. No, we are discussing about the uttama sadhana bhakti. So are the suddha sadhana bhakti. So what is suddha sadhana bhakti? We are discussing. Suddha sadhana bhakti means we should do actions either by body, mind, or speech. Okay, this is clear. So sadhana means actions. So this is clear. So we didn't get any bhava or prema till now. So bhava prema means not just a mental, it's not a mental concatenation. Many people think that, oh, bhav se karunga. Bhav is different actually. Bhav is entirely different. So many people yesterday also think that bhav important. Bhav, what is bhav? Bhav definition is very high. So we have the favorable mood. Bhav means favorable mood. Anukulyan itself is sufficient. So what we are hearing, so in philosophy we are hearing Sambandha Tattva. What we are hearing, every Jivatma is part and parcel of the Krishna, and Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So that's why Krishna has to be served. Every part and parcel should serve him. That means, so sadhana means, so sadhana bhakti means what it should do. Now the Jivatma should do actions for serving Krishna or pleasing Krishna. Actions can be done by what? Actions can be done by body, mind, or speech. So actions can be, these are the three, manasa, vacha, kaya. So that means these are the three ways to do the actions. So that's why we are using the manasa, vacha, kaya. That means actions by body, mind, and speech. So those actions should be done for Krishna. Okay. So to please him, not to scold him or not to blame him or not to so and so. Only to please him. So because Jivatma's duty is that. And what is one more philosophy? So we will do pleasing of him also, and can we try to be happy in, that means by another way? So instead of pleasing him, so can we use pleasing of Krishna to get some material gain? But philosophy is saying that material gain or the liberation are not the highest pleasure. So those should not be, one should not have those things. So other desires means what? Getting the liberation, or otherwise material desires. These two also are not so recommended for the Jivatma from the philosophy we understood. So that's why, so we are saying Jivatma should not have Anya Abhilasha, should not have Anya Abhilasha. Anya Abhilasha means you should not hear simple two things only. Moksha Kama, that means either for liberation, desire for liberation, or otherwise desire for the material things. That's all. There are only two more desires, no other desires. All material desires categorized into one, that is material desires. All in the material world desires are categorized into one, that is material desires, and another is moksha, that is also moksha kama. So leave that. So these two one should not have. So now if I say, so a sadhaka means a servant of Krishna, means a part and parcel of Krishna, means he should do activities all the time. All the time you should do, all the time you should do activities for Krishna only, because in this world there is no other business for him. All his business is what? What philosophy is saying? Philosophy is saying that the truth is, the constitutional truth is, the principle is, every Jivatma is Nitya. That means, so Krishna Nitya Das. So Krishna's servant. Okay. So being a servant, we do the actions for him only. So, and for pleasing him. There is no other business for him. That means we should not do any activities for others other than the Krishna and the Guru who is showing that Krishna. For him, or otherwise Vaishnava who already dear to Krishna. So, and other than doing actions for him, we should not do anything in this material world. So that is the foundational philosophy for us. Based upon foundational philosophy, we came till now, Anyabhilasha Sunyam, so Anukulyani Krishnanuselanam. This much I say as the definition of the So as a definition for this Suddha Sadhana Bhakti, then what is the problem is coming? What is the problem is going to come? I am asking you, understand my question? Okay, then tell me if you.
Yes, Puji, I'm getting you a question. From
Explain what is the question. Let others also will understand. Tell me what question. What do you understand?
From body, mind, and speech, we are performing the action, which is favorable to Krishna, not having material and moksha desire.
Why we say Krishna only?
Because that is our nitya. What we are supposed to do only for Krishna.
Why? Because
we are Krishna Nitya Das.
He is the supreme personality of Godhead.
Very good. He is the supreme personality of Godhead, but I request not to intervene. So you can raise the hand. So he is the supreme personality of the Godhead, and you are the part and parcel of him. That's why you should serve him. You should do actions for him. That's why Krishna Silanam is there. And Anushilanam, because you are the eternally, that means you are always, it's not that they, like in the government company, if you join, or in the government post, if you join, your working period is only for 30 years or 35, 40 years. After that, you'll retire. So is there any retirement for the, so our servitoryship for the Krishna, is there any retirement period?
No retirement.
How many years? No retirement. That means eternally we are his servants only. So that
Nitya
means
Das.
from the beginningless we are his servants and Nitya Das. That means even in the future also you will only. You cannot at all become any master. So that means you should do always servant. That means you should do always serve him only. So that's why the word Anu is there. That's why the word Anu is there. Anu means you should always serve him. You should always do actions for him. So that means Krishna Anusilanam word, that's why it is there. It is clear? It's clear for you. Krishna Anusilanam, it is there. And also we should serve. Serve means what? Favorably we should. We should do actions for Krishna, not with anger, out of anger. Because part and parcel always try to please him, not to make him anger, or not to trouble him, or not to trouble him means not to go against to him actually. So that is not there. That should not happen. That's why the word Anukulyena is given. Yes. So that means we should do activities for Krishna, either by body, mind, or speech, always 24 hours. So 24 hours, our consciousness should be what? Serving him. If that is not there, you are in the Maya actually. You are in the Maya actually. Whenever you are not in that consciousness, you are in the consciousness that I am not servant of Krishna. You are thinking that you are something else, which is wrong actually. So that's why 24 hours, there is no question in that actually. Anu means 24 hours you should do action for him, for pleasing him. And also, why you are doing this pleasing activity? Why you want to please? Is there any other desires? No, you should not have any other desires, because there is no other business for you than pleasing him. There is no other business than the pleasing him. So that's why there should not be any other desires. And those desires are all wrong actually. If anyone have other desires than pleasing Krishna, those are all so imperfect. Those are all imperfect actually. They are not proper. They are all improper or imperfect. Okay, so that's why Anyabilasha Sunyam is given. So if I say this much definition, I am repeating twice, thrice actually, because this definition doesn't go into our heart, our brains, and no point. There is no question of doing the devotion actually. There is no question of entering into the pure devotion. There is no question of entering into the sadhana bhakti, Suddha sadhana bhakti. So that's why it's very, very important. And so Prabhu, someone is switching on the mic. I kindly request the devotees not to switch on your mic and speak, because it's a disturbance for the speaker. So please maintain this kind of discipline actually. It's very important and serious. Topic is very serious. It's not a joke actually. If you don't understand now, it will be very much so harmful for our life. So our devotional life, it is very harmful actually. So without proper understanding, where, like a blind man, where you can travel actually. So if you don't have any eyes to go the destination, then it's like a blind man actually. So similarly, if you don't understand the principles of pure devotion and the definition of this pure devotion, then there is no point of doing any kind of pure devotion, and it's not at all So possible. So going back to the Godhead also. So that's why now my point is, so Anyabhilasha Sunyamankulyana Krishnanuselanam is given this much definition. But if I give this much definition, so is it sufficient to say one is in the, that is it sufficient? This much definition is sufficient for the Suddha Sadhana Bhakti? If it is not, then what is the reason? I want to understand from the students so thoughts, and I want to see where they are striking. Then I will give you my answer. So try to participate actively and don't take the topic into the another side or this side or that side. Try to be focused actually. Try to be focused and try to speak. So what speaker is asking? Okay. Now who will tell? Yam Suresh? Unmute.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, there may be one issue in discontinuity of the service. That may be, suppose while performing while rendering the service, we may get happiness. We may derive the happiness. If we are attached to that happiness, that will become the hindrance for continuing our service. So we should not be attached to our own happiness derived out of the service. I think, is it so?
That's already said, na Anyabhilasha Sunyam. That means even you should not think for your happiness.
Yes, Prabhu. That automatically comes, we may be.
Yeah, that's why, Prabhu, whatever your point is already covered by the Anyabhilasha Sunyam.
That comes under Anyabhilasha Sunyam. Okay.
Yes. So, is there any imperfection is there? If you say Uttama Bhakti means Anyabhilasha Sunyam, Anukulyana Krishnanuselanam, is there any imperfection? Is there? So, then what is that imperfection? What we should think actually?
Yes, Prabhu. In this remembrance, continuous remembrance, I think whether is covered in this continuous.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. So I will go with another one. Shyam Kishori Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, ma'am.
I see that here, there are many other activities also which pleases Krishna in Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda also. So, whatever the lines you have told without the Jnana Karmadi, it will be imperfect to say that.
I'm a layman. I didn't understand. You are saying Jnana Karma. Okay. What is this?
Okay. Prabhu, you are saying that, if we just perform activities to please Krishna without any other motives other than pleasing Krishna, will that be perfect?
Yes.
So, no,
yes.
It will not be, because there are many other activities which pleases Krishna, like taking care of, following the Varnashrama Dharma. Also, is also recommended by Krishna himself, so it pleases him, but it is not a Suddha Bhakti.
Why?
Because it is not directly connected to Krishna service or
my dear mother,
Vaishnavas.
Please try to understand. Anyabhilasha Sunyam Anukulyana Krishnanuselanam. This is the definition till now we formed actually for the Suddha Bhakti. In this, what is the problem is there? I am asking. Try to stick, you are coming from the, the definition already, Jnana Karma Janavartam is there, and try to something, so I should something speak on this and put it. So that's why I'm asking the audience, asking the students, so what is the defect actually? What is the defect in the, so if you form just Anyabhilasha Sunyam Anukulyana Krishnanuselanam, this much as the definition for Suddha Bhakti, what problem is coming? I am asking the problem.
Sorry, Prabhu, I'm not getting them.
Okay. Next, Virendra Prabhu. Let us see who will tell answer.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandat Pranam. Prabhu, when we say Anyabhilasha Sunyam and Anukulyana Krishnanuselanam, our endeavor is happening for pleasing Krishna 24-hour service, but this activity which we are doing, it should not have any tinge of support from karma kanda process or jnana process. That I mean, that avaran should not happen. Karma avaran or jnana avaran should not happen. So to avoid this jnana karma, the anavritam, this word is needed. Otherwise, because of
I want more clearly. I want more clearly the defect. So if you say,
like Prabhu, if we take assistance of, suppose while performing,
take an example and explain. Take an example and explain.
Example like Prabhu, suppose for chanting, we do some meditation, we try to control mind, and then we try to focus on chanting. So here we are taking help of jnana process. Controlling mind is a jnana process. So that could be jnana avaran. In case of karma avaran, we can say like we are doing some karma kandic activity and we are offering to Krishna, but again it is some sort of it is getting mixed. Basically, it is getting mixed with karma or jnana. So
you came to good extent, but I am not fully satisfied. I want to hear more clearly, but it's fine. Okay, Shyam Sundari Mataji, boliye.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Continuing with what Virendra Prabhu said, somebody thinks that he is doing, if that consciousness comes that he is doing the duty of a father or duty of a son, then that it is disconnected, that his consciousness that he is the servant of Krishna, that he is separating himself from that.
Okay, he is separating from that. So that means, what is the philosophy?
That I am a servant of Krishna, eternal servant of Krishna.
Krishna Nityadas. So
Krishna.
take an example and tell.
For the example of the farmer, he is, although he is decided that he will offer the fruits to Krishna,
Okay.
but that fruits he will give as prasadam to his son. So he thinks that I am a father, it is my duty to feed my son. So then if he is taking the position of father, then at that moment he is forgetting that he is the servant of Krishna. Is it okay?
Itna nahi aaya actually, clarity. So I want more clarity. Kalra Prabhu. Example, I want more clear actually. No doubt actually. It should be very crystal clear, and also that should be philosophically supported. Kalra Prabhu. Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much. I think the problem there will be the desire to
Signal is not there. Prabhu, signal. No. Not able to hear you. Sorry, Prabhu.
Okay.
Padmavati Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Try.
Prabhuji, while performing different activities, the connection to please Krishna can be disconnected. So the question here is, what sort of activities should be done so that there should be 24 hours connection to please Krishna.
Yes. So he is doing 24 hours different actions for Krishna. So what is the problem?
Problem is with activities while performing those activities. So whether the person is remembering Krishna all the time or he is just taking some help in order to complete this motto.
Take an example and explain.
Like yesterday, we took the example of agriculturist. He is just doing work in the fields in order to please Krishna directly. But while performing, he can be distracted. He can think about the profit motive or about the outcome.
Oh, you are jumping. Already I said Anyabhilasha Sunyam. Devadatta learned that. Devadatta, you take Devadatta case. Devadatta very much, he nicely learned that he should not keep any other desires. So that's it. Today onwards, Devadatta is doing every action for Krishna's pleasure only. So that's it. Don't bring that again.
But
Already it is.
While those in those activities, can we say that 100% dependence on Krishna is there?
100% dependence on the Krishna is there or not? Something you are going into a very different world. Okay, but I'm asking, what is the problem actually? What is the problem if you define just Anyabhilasha Sunyamanukulyani Krishnaanusilanam as the definition for the Uttama Bhakti? Go into the some example you take and explain. Okay, I will go with another one.
Okay.
Let me see whose rates. Aniruddha Seva Prabhu. Everyone please think, you also please think.
Hare Krishna, Venu Gopal Prabhu. It has been excellent, your topic and the coverage of the matter also. So what I understand, actually I could not attend the yesterday's because I have gone out of station. But from what I have learned from my Shiksha Gurus and the Rupa Goswami's instructions, is that Anukulyana Krishnanu Shilana Bhakti Uttama is actually the primary characteristics of this Uttama Bhakti. And then Gnana Karma Dhyana Vritam is actually the secondary. So if we say Anyabhilashta Shunyam Anukulyana Krishnanu Shilanam Bhakti Uttama is actually a perfect statement. But Rupa Goswami is giving us here that Gnana Karma also you please don't try to mix up with. I mean, just a precautionary or a cautionary instruction that Rupa Goswami is giving us so that our conclusion is made more accurate and precise. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Okay, this is yeah, Prabhu. This is generally, but yesterday's class you could have so hard actually. So because
I will listen to it surely, definitely.
Yeah, because based upon that I'm asking. So okay, this is a very vague. That means I want even so scrutinizingly. I expect the answer actually. That means very detailed answer. So just by word Gnana Karma Anavritam, that is very known fact. But what it means? So how to see in our day-to-day life? Take an example and explain that I want actually. So let me try with the yes. Archana Bhakti Mataji.
I don't want to say.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, there is one.
In yesterday's class, you were there?
No.
Then it's very difficult actually. Okay, try.
Prabhuji, there is some activity which is called direct devotional service. That means which will bring us directly in touch with Krishna. Just like we have Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam, so on and so forth. So these activities bring us directly in touch with Krishna. Now, when we take activities, the example of a farmer working on the field, while he's working on the field, he may not be directly in touch with Krishna. He's plowing the field, he's buying seeds, so on and so forth. So that activity is not bringing him directly in touch with Krishna. Although he is doing it for Krishna, it's his desire is to give the result to Krishna, for that only he is working. But while he is doing that work at every moment, continuously he is not in touch with Krishna. Finally, when he is making the offering, then he is coming in touch with Krishna.
He means his activities. Because sevana, sadhana means activities. That activity should be directly for Krishna. So those activities are not directly for Krishna. So when he is working in the field, so see, Suddha, we are giving the definition for the Suddha Sadhana Bhakti. Whether he is in touch or not, though, no, his activities. It should be always clear that his activities are not directly connecting with the Krishna when he is working in a field. Of course, he has desired to give the result so to Krishna. That is the another thing. So definitely he is having that desire. But while working in the field, so this is the point actually we have to understand. So Virendra Prabhu also said some extent, and Sam Sundari Mataji also said, and yeah, so just I am now trying to coming up the final answer. So if you say simply doing any activity for Krishna to please him without any other motivations, if you say this, it is not sufficient to say Suddha Sadhana Bhakti. So the reason is we are what is the philosophy? We are the servant of the Krishna, and there should not, that means all our actions should be directly meant for Krishna. It should not be meant for some other thing, and then after that you will take and give to the Krishna, then so that it is becoming the devotional activity. No, that kind of indirect thing we don't want. So first and foremost thing is, we don't want to serve Krishna indirectly. Why we have to serve Krishna indirectly? You are the servant of the Krishna. You have to serve him directly. So that's why every action should directly connecting with the Krishna. Example is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. The 64 limbs of the sadhana bhakti are the direct devotional activities. Okay, so this is a point you should note. It should be a directly connecting to the Krishna. So because we are the directly servant to the Krishna only. We are not the servant of any other one. Indirect service, no. So, but in the case of when you make task 1, task 2, task 3, I gave 3 different tasks. Very, very important these. The nature of T1, T2, T3. In yesterday's class, I said, so whoever not attended in the yesterday's class, you go through that class here 2 times, then understand what is the thing is said. Then today's class will become more clear. So task 1, task 2, they are not directly, there's actions, whatever actions are there in task 1 and task 2, they are not directly connected to the Krishna. What is the task 1? I took the example for task 1 is, so a Vaishya is there. He is identifying himself as a Vaishya and doing the agricultural work, and he is offering the result of that agricultural work to the Krishna, to please Krishna. So the point is what? So actions, whatever he is performing while doing the agricultural work, so like plowing, sowing seeds, putting water, so and so, all these actions, that means he's using his intelligence where to put and how to, what amount of manure has to be given, so on, so everything, all the faculties is engaging. So at that time, so he did the sankalpa, this result should be for Krishna. But what is the problem? The problem is, while doing that, he is servant of the Lord forever. Eternally he is servant. That means always he is servant. But while doing the agricultural work, he is missing that. That means he is identifying himself as Vaishya. Okay? He is identifying himself as Vaishya. But what is the Siddhanta? Krishner Nityadas. We are the servant Nityadas. Always we are the servant. So that is missing now. So that means any action he is doing in this at that time while doing the agricultural work, no action is directly connecting to the Krishna at that time. So that means in that span of time, what is happening? Direct connection, his activities connecting with the Krishna is missing. But he should do activities for Krishna all the time. He should do activities for Krishna all the time. He should do activities for the Krishna only for Krishna. So that's why he is identifying himself as a Vaishya. He is coming to the bodily platform. He is coming to the bodily platform and doing the agricultural work and offering the result to the Krishna. So this is against to the Siddhanta. What is the Siddhanta? What is the principle of pure devotion? Every Jivatma is the servant of the Lord. It is going against to that. So that's why we have to eliminate this. If you say any activity done for Krishna, that is directly or indirectly, anyway, any activity done for Krishna indirectly or directly, So because we didn't mention Krishnanusilana means doing activities for Krishna directly or indirectly for satisfying him. So that's why indirectly, so who are causing the pleasure of the Krishna should be eliminated. Should be eliminated. Yes. So that's why there is a problem. So second thing is, yes, Virendra Prabhu is saying, example he took, someone is identifying himself. Task 2, what I said? Task 2, remember na? In task 2, what I said? Task 2 means identifying oneself as a soul and controlling his senses. Controlling his senses to chant nicely, or controlling his mind to chant nicely. Here, of course, this activity is for the pleasure of Krishna only, but indirectly. While you are identifying yourself as a soul, and there is no connection, and you are controlling the mind based upon that knowledge, there is no connection. That activity, controlling mind activity, is not connected with the Krishna at that time. So is not connected with the Krishna. That also we should remove out. That is also indirectly so pleasing Krishna, not directly. That activity is not directly pleasing Krishna. It is indirectly connecting with the Krishna to please him, not directly connecting. Because you are the Nityas Das. You should not come to the platform of I am the soul. You should not come to the platform of I am the Vaishya. No. So these activities should not happen, because you are the servant of the Lord. So that's why, that means identifying oneself as a Vaishya is the what? And doing the activities, the karma. So that karma should be removed out. Karma also you can do for Krishna. How can you do karma? You offer the result of that karma to the Krishna, then that karma also is becoming now devotion. So such a indirect activity we don't want. So remove that. Karma should be out, and also jnana should be out. So that means any activity which is not directly connecting with the Krishna, that means other than the 64 limbs. Example is other than 64 limbs of the sadhana bhakti, which are said in the so nectar of devotion. So anything, that means jnana, karma, adi. Adi means anything which is done indirectly for Krishna. Adi means anything which is done indirectly for Krishna should be out, actually. Should be sunyam. That means anyabilasha sunyam, jnana karmadi sunyam also is right, actually. Should be. Jnana karmadi sunyam is also right, actually. That is a heavy, actually. That is a perfect. That is a more, that means is a more precise. But so that means those activities should be removed out. That means what? We should do all the activities directly for Krishna to please him without any other motivations. So that your disconnection will not be there. So that means you will not be disconnected. If you do directly actions for Krishna, means you are in the servant, purely in the servant platform. There is no other ingredient is coming. You are not identifying in between something else and so doing. No. So that's why jnana karmadi sunyam should be there. But why shunyam is not given? Rupa Goswami. Like anyabilasha sunyam, there should not be any indirect activities. So there should not be any indirect activities, means indirect activities are what? Jnana karma, doing jnana karma as the assistant to the bhakti, or otherwise offering the result of the karma. So these kind of things has to be out from our activities for Krishna. So that's what we should keep. Jnana karmadi sunyam we should write. To be frankly speaking, Rupa Goswami could have kept Anyabilasha sunyam jnana karmadi sunyam anukulyena krishnanu bhaktiruttama. Why he didn't say jnana karmadi sunyam? And why he said only jnana karma janavritam? So please down the hands, and after that raise. Please down the hands. So now the question is, why Rupa Goswami didn't give? So first of all, you understood why the Gnana Karmadi Sunyam is needed? Because if you say any activity can be direct or indirect. Indirect activities are karma and gnana. You are engaging karma and gnana as assistant to the bhakti, or otherwise you are offering those to the Lord. So that they are also becoming the activities for Krishna. But we want to remove those. What is the problem in that? So while doing that, your consciousness is coming out from the what? What is the principle of the pure devotion? What is the principle of pure devotion? Every jivatma is a servant of the Lord. From that principle, we are deviating. Yes, Rameshwari Mataji, you are understanding? Yeah. So that's why to remove that. So that means we should come out from all the designations. Jnana, karma, adi. Jnana means, karma means whatever, varnashrama. That means mother, father, sister, brother, any designation should not be there actually. We should be always with what? I am the servant of the Lord and I have to serve. So pure Siddha Sadhana Bhakti means you should do identifying all the time, understanding and identifying yourself as servant of the Lord and do the activities directly for Krishna 24 hours. That is Siddha Sadhana Bhakti. There is no other excuse or there is no other choice for it. There is no other relaxation. No. So if this is the everyone has to achieve. So that's why Gnana Karmadi Sunyam should be there. So instead of giving the Gnana Karmadi Sunyam, why Rupa Goswami gave Gnana Karma Dhyanavritam? Now this is the question actually. Now Ravindra Sachi, Putra Prabhu, Ravindra, after a long time actually, I am seeing him. Yes, Prabhu, give your comment.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, after a long time. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Prabhuji, you said that Dhyan Karmadhyam Shunyam. Why Srila Rupa Goswami did not write like that? Why did he not write? And why he wrote Navritam? So the conflict here is between the two words, that is Navritam and Shunyam. So if he would have written Shunyam, then it would have been devoid. Devoid means zero level, at zero. But a Jivatma cannot be anytime at zero level. He has to do some action. Some action has to be done. That action may be oriented towards Krishna or it may be oriented towards his own self-gratification. So according to me, he wrote Shunyam there to not so that the karma and the Gyan does not become Shunya. It becomes Namritam.
That means,
of course, there will be another meaning also, but I just tried this one.
That means I'm trying to understand your answer. Gnana Karmadi Sunyam he didn't write because Jivatma cannot be without doing the karma and gnana.
Yeah.
Some karma and gnana it will do.
Yeah, some action has to be done. He cannot be in an inaction state.
No, we are allowing Jivatma to do the devotional direct devotional activities like Shravanam Kirtana. Yes. But why Rupa Goswami didn't give Gnana Karmadi Sunyam there?
Because it would have become zero, then what the Jivatma do?
Zero of what? Zero. Already he's allowed to do the devotional activities na, by saying the so.
Yeah, but if all the activities have all these karma gyan will become zero.
Rupa Goswami didn't say that everything should be zero. He is saying only Gnana Karmadi Sunya. That means making zero of Gnana and Karma. But he is allowing to do the direct devotional activities, Shravanam Kirtanam.
But in that also you said that.
My question is why he is not saying so Sunyam, Gnana Karma Sunyam. That means making zero of Gnana. Because Jivatma is a servant of the Lord. Na? So it should be always identify himself as a servant and do the activities, direct activities for Krishna. So for that he should keep so Gnana Karma the Sunyam.
So to do
because if you allow Gnana Karma, the little bit Gnana Karmadi, then he will identify himself as a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or otherwise Gnana means he identify himself as a soul or Brahman. Then that will against the principles of the pure devotion. So that's why Rupa Goswami should have kept Gnana Karmadi Sunyam. You are getting my point?
That's the main point. Yeah, it violates that whole thing. Yeah. Okay, I tried. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Subhangi Mataji, don't send message. You speak. Raise the hand so that I can see in front. Yes. Old students. Old is gold.
Hare Krishna,
Okay.
Prabhuji. Pranam, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, this means that we should avoid mundane karma and jnana, but those karma and jnana which are in direct control or direct relationship with the Lord is allowed. Otherwise, how
What is
can
that?
we explain?
Give me example. Give me example. You are
Say, for
saying
example, cleaning the temple, feeding
no.
prasadam for
Cleaning temple
devotees.
is not at all a karma. Cleaning temple is a
Yeah,
direct
that
devotional
is
activity.
not. But if you keep shunya, then the work itself is not explained, no, Prabhuji.
No, Gnana Karma Sunim is saying. He is saying to make zero Gnana and Karma and so on. That means Sankhya, Yoga, so on so. Not the bhakti activities, direct devotional activities. He say already Krishnanusilanam means he is allowing any activity by the word Krishnanusilanam, every activity. That means indirect or direct devotional activities all are allowed. But now by keeping the Gnana Karma Sunyam, so he is discarding all the Gnana Karma Sunyam is discarding all the direct devotional, indirect devotional activities. Why he couldn't have kept Sunyam? He could have kept Sunyam. So then definition is what then? So Anyabhilasha Sunyam, Gnana Karmadi Sunyam, Anukulyan Krishnanusilanam means what it means? Doing the direct activities which are connecting with the Krishna directly for his pleasure and without any other motivations. So this is a very nice definition, na? Is it nice definition or not?
Yes, Prabhuji. It is very nice, Prabhuji. Yes.
He could have kept like this. Why he didn't keep?
Because sometimes it becomes an integral part. Jnana and karma are also an integral
if you make
part.
it integral part, then you are coming to the platform of bodily platform or the soul platform. It is against the principles of the pure devotion.
So anything which does not eclipse bhakti, our jnana and karma should not eclipse. Bhakti is predominant. Bhakti is predominant, but this can be taken as assistance to achieve bhakti.
Oh, then you are going. It's not pure
Mishra,
devotion. You are
that is Mishra Bhakti. Sorry. Yes.
You are out. You are out.
Understood.
Why
Understood,
he kept?
Prabhuji.
Yeah. Now let us see. Let's try the answer. So who will tell the right answer? So next, I will take Anukampita Radhika Mataji. One more Radhika Mataji added. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, Srila Rupa Goswami included Gyan and Karma because without Gyan, everything is sentimental in Bhakti. No? That's why at the Sadhana Bhakti stage, we...
Mataji, you are hearing our classes or not actually? Kahan bol rahe actually?
Yes, Prabhuji.
आप तो पास में ही नहीं एक्चुअली आप कहाँ उत्तर तो 1000 किलोमीटर दूर में है It's 100 kilometers away from the answer. Okay, no problem.
Prabhuji,
but you tried. Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, actually. So it's not that they're discouraging you. Just I'm saying. So you have to put more attention. So try to understand. And it's not a rocket science. It is not a very difficult science. Like operating mobile is a very difficult science than the understanding the Anyabhilasha Sunyam. But you are all experts in the operating the mobiles. I am not expert. So really, you are all experts, and you definitely all of you can learn the definition also. I can assure. I learn means you people can learn it. There is no doubt in that. So now Suchandra Prabhu. Try.
Hare Krishna, that's Prabhuji. I'll definitely try, Prabhuji. The thing is that Prabhuji, a pure devotee does this to set a right example. Like Krishna, no need to do, but to set a right example for others. That's why.
To set a right example. So connect it.
So karma. So even a pure devotee engaged in those activities, not internally, externally, to set a right example. Actually, like Srila Prabhupada has taken sannyas, sannyas, and that is in Śaranāgatī, not because he's not a pure devotee, to set a right example for others. Actually.
Okay. So my point is, so when you say he is to set example, he is doing the karma. Then at that time he is breaking. He is coming out from the Nityadas.
No. Externally, it looks like he is doing those activities, but internally, he's 24/7 thinking himself as a servant of the Lord. So externally to set a right example for others. That is the reason it is not shunyam. It
So
is still,
like example
anavritam.
Yeah. So instead of writing sunya, anavrutam is written. That means you want to summarize. Can you summarize actually to all of our audience so nicely? That means one sentence. Can you summarize why the word anavrutam used instead of sunyam? Anavrutam word, why it is used?
Yeah, anavritam word shunya means don't do any activities, sir. Right? Like, so but
don't do any karma.
Don't do any karma. Don't do any indirect activities, right? So point here is we still need to perform our duty completely thinking that I am the servant of the Lord, right? So externally we perform to set the right example, but internally 24/7 we are directly connected to Krishna, thinking that I am the eternal servant of the Lord. I don't know, but
okay. So anyone wants to explain even more? Sham Sundari Mataji.
Hare Krishna. I don't know. I will try.
Yes.
Because jnana karma shunyam is not suitable for all varna and ashrama. See, we are how a person will live without doing karma. He has to do some karma that it should not be. He will do without karma. So
That
karma
means in the definition of pure devotion, you are allowing karma also. Huh?
not karma should be, but that karma should not cover bhakti. The
What
karma
it mean?
Rupa Goswami is saying it should be anavritam. That means it is not, the bhakti should not be covered by karma. That's what he's saying. But karma is done. Without karma, how a grahastha will survive?
No. Grihastha is not eternal dharma. He doesn't, that means, so even Grihastha also, any ashram or any this. So we are Grihastha, Brahmachari, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaisya, these are all only material world, temporary designations. So pure devotion is the eternal principle. So that's why in the eternal principle, so there is no point of the identifying oneself as a Grihastha also is against the principles of pure devotion. So it should not be, because we are the servant of the Lord. That's all. We are not belong to some griha and some family and we are this. No, that is also not allowed actually. So we are Nitya, Krishna Nitya Das. That's all. If you say, so to facilitate grihasthas, jnana karma, anavritam word is given. So that means what it mean actually? Grihasthas can do karma and offer that to the Lord. Then can you say them as a pure devotees?
No.
Then, so already I pointed the problem. If they identify themselves as a grihastha, anything other than the servant of Krishna, if they identify, it's gone. It's gone actually. The definition, that means principle broken. The fundamental principle is broken. So that's why activities should be done for Krishna. So, but those activities should be for what? So always that means, so for Krishna and identify oneself as servant of the Krishna. So that means one should not identify as a soul, or one should not identify himself as any. That means karma means varnashram dharma. That means brahmachari, grihastha, anything we should not. So that's why jnana karma, the sunyam should be there. So, but instead of saying the sunyam, why he wrote the anavritam? So Archana Bhakti Mataji. One second. Yeah.
Prabhuji. So this, if you say jnana karma shunyam, the standard will be so high that very few people will qualify for that definition. If you say you cannot do any jnana, any karma, but if Rupa Goswami says anavritam, as long as you're doing pure devotional service, because bhakti is so powerful, even if you did some, karma or jnana, as long as that is not covering your bhakti, then eventually even those people who are not qualified for jnana karma shunyam, they can ultimately be raised to that platform. So by saying Anavritam, he's only extending this opportunity to more number of people, that they can also gradually come to this platform.
Then you are diluting that means if that is the intention to give the Anavritam word, that means Rupa Goswami will give the Anavritam to bring the more people who are identifying themselves as the karmi or the gnani. So also then
No, not identifying,
then
because they're already doing bhakti. Bhakti is primary. Okay. Yeah, I see the point. Okay.
no. So Rameshwari Mataji, try finally last participant. So I will explain. So it's going out. Time is going out.
Hare Krishna. So as long as the body is there and as long as the mind is there, we will have to, like birth, old age, disease, death will be there. So in that relation, certain things has to be performed. We can't make it shunyam. Say when somebody is very deceased, he has to take some medicines to cure his disease also. And as long as the mind is there, he has mind, I don't know, but body, this much I can think of. So some karma, prarabdha karma definitely will be there. Only when we die, this body goes, then only we can.
So that means what?
It cannot be shunyam. So at that point, there will be some break.
No, problem is if you say like that, if you say that, then that means he's in the bodily consciousness. So he is in the bodily consciousness. So that's why. So he needs some things for the body. So to facilitate that, we should allow some karma. That means, and when we allow the karma, some karma, that means at that time he is disconnecting himself from he's a servant of the Lord. So he's identifying himself as a body. So that means that is the interruption. Interruption is there.
Yeah, to some extent we have to identify.
Interruption, that means you are allowing the interruption of the that means direct devotional activities.
Oh, I am not allowing. Rupa Goswami say,
if you say he can come to the sometimes he can come to the bodily platform and act on that. That means you are allowing him. So some kind of, that means some relaxation you are giving. So that he can come to the bodily platform, and after that he can go back to once again the servant platform and do the activities. So that means some relaxation you are giving. So that is known as Uttama Sadhana Bhakti. That is
what to do then? Like when we are deceived.
What to do? We'll understand. Okay, so this is a thing actually. So, but the definition. Okay, I will try with the last. Virendra Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Dandotpana. Prabhu, if we say Gyan Karmadi Shunyam, in that case, if we take example of Prithu Maharaj, he performed all sacrifices, but Karmakandic sacrifices, but he related all those yagyas with Krishna, like what do you call? I mean, all demigods he recognized as Lord's body parts. He was focused on Lord only, but just to set example, he performed those yagyas. And if we say Gyan Karmadi Shunyam, then he will not qualify in that category of pure devotee. I feel this is one example. I mean,
good Prabhu. Actually, Suchandra Prabhu and Virendra Prabhu came to the almost all right answer. So I will explain now. Just 10 minutes the time is there. So let me explain now. So sorry for other participants, I'm not allowing. So because time is there, his time is over. So now you all understood the total till now the meaning is. So just I'm recapping the everything just 2 minutes, because in this discussion, you might have forgotten what is the discussion is going on. It can happen. First, we understood Krishnanusilanam means so doing activities for Krishna continuously. So Anukulya means favorably, means pleasing Krishna. Anyabhilasha Sunni means without any material desires. So that means we should do all the activities. So that means activities we should continuously. That means all our activities continuously means all our activities for so pleasing Krishna. So without any other motivation. So, but the word why Gnana Karmadi Anavrutam is used, that the discussion we began. So the Gnana Karmadi, so Sunyam or Gnana Karmadi Anavrutam, this is the discussion I raised actually. So I'm writing here, just let me share the screen. Maybe another 5 to 10 minutes extra I will take today. Just please forgive me. So don't be hurry. Huh? So maybe 5 to 10 minutes extra I will take. Gnana Karmadi Anavrutam. What will happen if you keep this? And Gnana Karmadi Sunyam. What will happen if you keep this? How the meaning is changing? We are going to understand these two things. So Devadatta is here. Devadatta is doing the 24 hours activities for Krishna. So to please him. So without other motivation. So here activities always should be connected with the Krishna. Always. So here what we brought out, activities always should connect with the Krishna. That means one should identify himself as a servant of the Krishna and do the activities. So that's why. So we remove the activities which are done indirectly. Activities means it can be directly or indirectly. Directly or indirectly. So those are directly activities for Krishna or indirectly for Krishna. Activities done indirectly for Krishna. Indirectly done for Krishna means what? T1 and T2. Directly means T3. You should be in the yesterday's class, then only you'll understand what is T1, T2, T3. T1 means so identifying yourself as a Vaishya. That means karma. Based upon the Varnashram Dharma, you are identifying mother, father, sister, brother, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, so Brahmachari, so and so. So Vana, Grihastha, Vanaprastha. All identifications, and based upon identification doing the activities for Krishna. So this is the T1 activities. T2 activities means I am not the soul, I am the body. I am not the body, I am the soul. So I am that doing the activities. That is the T2 activities. T3 means directly. So Shravanam Kirtanam. So doing activities like this. So there T1 and T2 are indirect activities because you are not identifying here Krishna, but doing the activity. While doing activity, you are not identifying yourself as a Krishna, and because that is not connecting. That activity is not connected. That activity, what indirect activity means, that activity is not directly connected. There you are having the some material designation. So some other designation than the servant of Krishna you are having. So with the designation, so the activities are done for Krishna. So that's why those activities are not directly for Krishna. So that those activities should be removed out. Because principle is what? Siddhanta is what? Our Siddhanta is we are always servant only. We are the servant of Krishna. So that's why T3 activities only. Direct activities for Krishna only allowed actually. So these are not allowed actually. These are not allowed. That means indirectly doing activities for Krishna is not allowed. So that's why to not allow indirectly done activities means karma and jnana can be indirectly becoming the devotion. Indirect activities for Krishna means karma and jnana. Those are all by nature, they are not directly devotion. That means they are not directly connecting with the Krishna. When you offer or when you make it a servant of the bhakti, so then only they are becoming the devotional activities. So that's why that kind of indirect activities should be removed out. Those are all the karma and the jnana and yoga, sankhya, so and so. yoga, sankhya, and so and so. All these activities, based upon these doctrines, whatever activities are there, those are all indirect activities. So these should be out. So that's why Rupa Goswami could have given Gnana Karmadi Sunyam, so that why he has to be given why he has to give Sunyam? Because Jivatma is servant only. So that's why he should allow those activities where Jivatma is directly identifying himself as servant and doing. So, but he didn't say Gnana Karmadi Sunyam, but he said Anavrutam. So Suchandra Prabhu is saying rightly, Virendra Prabhu also said rightly. So the thing is, so like a Suddha Bhakta is there, like you say, that means he is doing all the activities 24 hours. So direct devotional activities like Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandam. He left everything, family, he left. He left family. I'm taking example. So he left the family, no brother, no wife, no sister, no family. And he left I'm not belong to India, and I'm not this country, that country. And even he come out from he is not doing anything for his body. So he is coming to the Dham. So like example, Babaji's. So like Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, these, everything they left. No brahmachari, no gruhastha, no vanaprastha, no sannasi, no brahmana, no kshatriya, no vaishya, no sudra, no gnani, no yogi, no sankhya yogi, nothing. I am the servant of the Lord and doing every activity for him. Shravanam, Kirtanam, staying in the Dham, and always thinking, seeing the Govardhan, seeing the devotees, Vaishnavas. 24 hours they are engaged in the direct devotional activities. So that's why in their case, Gnana Karmadi Sunyam is absolutely applicable actually. So, but now but came actually. So if you say, then only Rupa Goswami can be given as an example to, so who is doing Suddha Sadhana Bhakti. Or the Haridas Thakur you can give, Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur is also best example. For the Gnana, so for the definition of what? Anya Bilasha Sunyam, Gnana Karmadi Sunyam, Anukulyena Krishnanuselam Bhakti Rattama means who will come? Only Haridas Thakur, Shad Goswamis will come. So now, but some great exalted devotees, so that means everyone should leave everything. So that means everything should be left out, and all that means no karma means no, that means no more material designation. So then he has to do 24 hours, so direct devotional activities. So that's why that is a good actually, that's the best. And Anavrutam he kept actually. By this, what is happening? By Anavrutam, what is happening, you know? So some pure devotees, yes, they can leave everything and so do direct devotional activities only. But to set an example, please hear, to set an example to the society. So they are performing to society, they are performing. So karma, that means they are in the society. So they are also in the family life or otherwise brahmachari life or sannyasi or grostha life or vanaprastha life. They are accepting some designation, sannyasi. And they are following the rules given by the brahmachari life. That means following brahmachari vrata is a direct devotion? No. So, but still they are following that. And also, of course, they are qualified to do 24 hours direct devotion. And also they are acting as a Kshatriya or they are acting as a Vaishya and producing the grains. Externally, they are doing all these activities. But internally means their consciousness, that means their direct connection, Nitya Krishner Nitya Das, that is not, that means he is like example, he is a pure devotee Vaishya. Pure devotee Vaishya, what he will do? While doing the farming also, he will not just identify himself as Vaishya, I am the servant of the Lord, and he will never forget that for a moment also. That means he will be doing any one activity. So primarily activity he'll be doing. So direct devotional activity. That is what? Maybe he's keep on chanting the holy name, or so he is hearing the holy name, or otherwise he's thinking about the Krishna and externally doing the farming activity. So that means simultaneously he is acting as pure devotional platform. Nitya Krishnadas is also satisfied, and also he is for external world. That means devotion means people may think that everything we should live, and just immature people also. So then after that, immature people also will think that, so I should leave everything. That means they are not qualified to the pure devotion. Immaturely, they will leave everything. And so by saying Deka Deki, like Rupa Goswami, they see, so on the name of devotion, let me leave everything and so be in the dham. So that's why to regulate to set an example to the society, they will be acting externally. So that means doing some karma and gnana and sankhya and so on, so whatever. So they might be doing these activities. But now the question you will get, when they do these activities, what? So at that time, is there any interruption for their Nitya Krishna Das? That means they are coming out from so I am the servant platform, I am the servant. From this platform, they are coming out? No. So that means simultaneously, it is possible to identify oneself as Krishna, the servant of Krishna, and he can do direct devotional activity simultaneously, while doing the so karma and gnana. It is possible. That means you can do some karma and gnana, and also parallelly you can continue your pure devotion also. That means activities based upon that means direct devotional activities. Direct devotional activity plus direct devotional activity like Shravanam Kirtanam. That means can be continued simultaneously with the karma and gnana also. What is the proof? What is the proof, my dear Venugopal Das? How can you say this? So you can ask like this. Then the proof is Tasma Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara Yuddhacha Bharata. So that what? He is saying, Krishna is saying to Arjuna, Tasma Sarveshu Kaleshu. That means in all the times, you should remember me. And also you should fight. That means fighting is the Varnashrama activity, karma. Fighting is a karma on the body platform. Being a Kshatriya, for him it is a duty. And remembering Krishna is the what? Direct devotional activity. That means he is doing his uninterrupted direct devotional activities he is doing. So that's why there is no problem for the Nitya Krishna Das. So that platform he is not at all coming out. So, but the point is, so to set an example, now in the battlefield, if Arjuna is living, on the name of pure devotion, if we live, then people will also, so without understanding the purity of the bhakti, so simply they will follow their leader. I will also live my work. Nonsense will be created in the entire society. Everyone live. Now Prime Minister will not go for his duties, or otherwise the main person in your family is not going his work. Then what will happen actually? What the others will learn? Completely chaos in the society. Every nonsense will be spread actually. So that's why to allow this, to set an example to the society, if pure devotees, they want to set now the note this point in your words actually. So pure devotees want to set an example to the society by performing the karma and so on. So even they are in the platform of pure devotion. So for that sake, Rupa Goswami added Anavrutam instead of Sunyam. If he adds the Sunyam, then this kind of setting example will not be allowed. Okay? This is clear? This should be clear. We maintain Krishna Nityadas. We clearly maintain Nitya Krishnadas, and also we maintain that means Prithu Maharaj, Bharata Maharaj, they are all doing. So what do you say actually? Dhruva Maharaj is doing his kingly activities, and at the age of 5 years, see, he got the darshan, he pleased the Krishna. And do you think he is coming out from his devotional platform? That means I am the servant of the Lord, and acting on as just a Kshatriya, and his pure devotion is interrupted. Do you think like that? Prabhupada is writing 24 hours. So Dhruva Maharaj is chanting or hearing or remembering the Krishna. So that means simultaneously 2 activities are possible actually. You should understand this. It's not impossible thing. I hope today's class and yesterday's class, everyone should hear one more time. Don't think that I understood. This is simply overconfidence will definitely destroy your explanation. You will give the wrong answers. And try to hear every word properly and try to understand. I'm not saying this so nice thing I delivered, but it's important actually. So much chaos is happening in our society. All the nonsense is coming into the society on the name of pure devotion. Even they are practicing for the many, many years and there is no clarity in the devotion. This we don't want actually. This should not be. This is not the Chaitanya's mission. This is not the Rupa Goswami's parampara. And that's why I humbly request all of you change your, that means definitions. Try to understand properly the philosophy. Prabhupada is very clearly writing in every sentence. Is writing very clearly. You don't have any attention actually. You don't give any attention. Just you see that I know everything. You don't know anything. First of all, if you don't understand that I don't know anything, you cannot learn actually. I know what you know actually. So Prabhupada books has to be read very nicely. You read Nectar of Devotion now, that 11th sloka in the Nectar of Devotion, that page, you will understand what Prabhupada is writing. Just to go and read. Take the book and read now. What I explained, so whether it is there or not. And yes, and also you can see the Durgam Sangamani Tika also. Also in the Bhagavatam, again and again in the many purports it comes. Bharata Maharaj's case, so Bharata Maharaj is doing the 24 hours, that means chanting. Whatever activity he does, so he keep on continuing the chanting. That means his pure devotion platform, so he is not at all, that means interrupted by either the Jnana or the Karma. So every word is very important. It's a Paribhashik Sutra. It's a very, very important. Every word meaning you should know very clearly. Until unless if you don't understand, hear and ask questions and get it clarified. I request this from all of you. I am taking some liberty so to say strongly. So you are all Vaishnavas, don't take in an offensive way. And that is not at all my intention. My intention is just so you people has to learn something. So not something, properly learn the things and apply that to life. Then you will become very serious. So my God, so I should be very serious. I should be very cautious. I should be cautious about every aspect of my life. That will come. Otherwise, you will take everything, take it easy actually. So now you have to, every minute you should be connected. Every second you should be connected with the Krishna. That is a Suddha Sadhana Bhakti. You should come to that level. And somehow or other, any direct devotional activity should be happening with you. That is only the Suddha Sadhana Bhakti. External you might be doing. The external things are just times, just a namesake and just only temporary. Oh, this king, that king, mother, father, what? These are all what? These are all nothing actually. These are all nothing. These are all only temporary designations for you. You are not this actually. You are not you are not father for anyone. You are not mother for anyone. You are the servant of the Krishna. And that's why, but of course, I am also not in that platform, but should understand the seriousness, the serious instruction given by the Rupa Goswami. Then only there will be endeavor. If you don't understand the meaning itself, then where is the endeavor? Where we can expect? You never try also. Okay. I think official class is over now. Already 10 minutes extra I told. 10 minutes are over. So if you have any doubt still, so please write a question to me. I am ready to answer because this is a very, very important thing. And if you all think that means there is a need to repeat everything, I can repeat even in 10 days also same thing. Until unless you get clear understanding, I can repeat. So no problem in that. No hurry. So already many lives are gone actually. And everything actually very nicely composed by the Srila Rupa Goswami, very nicely composed. Gnana karma dhyanavrutam. Karma means nitya naimittika adi. Jiva Goswami is writing nitya naimittika. That means nitya karma, naimittika karma, kamya karma, and whatever. That means adi means. So even so, ashrama dharma, varna dharma, everything. Nitya naimittika. That means nitya naimittika adi. He says karma means. Gnana means so identifying oneself as a soul or the Brahman. All those. So and so next is Gnana karma adi. Adi means Sankhya, yoga, anything other than the direct devotion. Adi means anything other than the direct devotion. That means one thing, when they perform, like you see, when they perform these pure devotees are two types I said na. One is leaving everything and doing only direct devotional activities, like Haridas Thakur. That is one example. And second example is what? So some they accept, that means they are doing the 24 hours direct devotion, and also they are doing the some karma and gnana to set example. So at that time, whenever they do gnana and karma, they look apparently to you like they are doing gnana and karma, but they don't have any Śraddhā in the gnana and karma. Just to set example to the society only they are doing, without any faith on the gnana and karma. That means they are not becoming the Vebhicharis, they are not becoming the prostitutes. If they have faith on the gnana and karma, then they will become prostitute. They don't have any faith, just to set example to the society, so that people should not become vikarmis. So that's why they are doing. Without any Śraddhā they are doing. So that's any activity do without Śraddhā, just to set example. So that is not at all going to bombard their consciousness. That is not going to interrupt anything in their consciousness. Okay, I will send the write-up. Actually, I wrote the things, whatever I explained till now, but a few things are not there. Anyway, so devotees who are going to send, I also wrote. I will share that. So see that, and anything is added in the class, though you can also join that with that. So thank you very much. So any questions or comments, so we'll be receiving. So officially class is over, so people can leave if they want to leave. Murali Mohan. Okay. Galaxy, why you are not changing your name? I told to you in the beginning of the class. You don't know how to change? Maybe you don't know, then you should learn. Calling as Galaxy is not looking good. So, yes, Mataji, or Prabhuji. Galaxy J7 2016. You are there in front of the. You are not there actually. हाथ राइज करके चलेंगे. M Suresh.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, मतलब to become qualified as a pure devotee, do we need to give up our worldly duties? Otherwise, it is not possible. Because I'll tell example, Prabhuji. Suppose we have to do so many professional works, during which we need to have a creative thinking or strategic thinking or logical thinking. Okay. So at that time, it is not possible to remember Lord. So both the things.
Who said actually Arjuna is remembering even the fighting?
But Arjuna was remembering all the time.
Yeah. So I'm saying, so one simultaneously already I told you, day before yesterday also you brought this point. Your principle to make your principle is not correct. I said simultaneously two things are possible: direct devotional activity and also indirect thing.
So in that case, Bhakti Vinod Thakurji, while he was a magistrate, so while dealing with the clients and all, so at that time also he was remembering Krishna.
Why not? Prabhupada says I am chanting 24 hours. Prabhupada is saying I am chanting 24 hours. And also is doing a lot of other work also.
So when we need to use our intelligence, now at that time is very difficult to remember. Have the consciousness.
What do you think? Śraddhā sadhana bhakti is so cheap to purchase like Rasagulla? Why you want to bring Śraddhā sadhana bhakti so cheaply?
No, it is not as cheap as
you don't say impossible. It's not so cheap.
The best examples could you please give from the best examples? Could you please give the examples of the elevated souls, persons who are doing their professional duties or their worldly duties at the same
example.
time?
Who else you want?
Who, Prabhuji?
Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Okay. If we don't take the meaning of Suddha Sadhana Bhakti as it is, then there will be no improvement in us. And also there is no excuses as
Then-
it is.
Then what are the ways to reach that stage, Prabhuji? What are the...
Yes, that is the thing I want to come. I want to come for that. We need to change the lifestyle a lot. So I am going to explain that also in the next classes.
Okay, Prabhuji. Eagerly waiting for that. Thank you.
Yes. Every class is having the connected class. I don't leave in the in-between actually, all of you. Just explain
It's
this.
very deep and so profound. Everything is very minutely we have to look into.
Yeah. So, okay, now Archana Bhakti Mata.
Prabhuji, I was actually thinking, but as you were answering, I think I got the answer. I was thinking about Jnana Karma Dhyanavritam. So you said in order to set example to the ignorant people, devotees can perform karma.
Pure
I was
devotee.
thinking then, pure devotees. Then what is the need to do jnana? Why would they have to? Because general people in general, it's not that they're following jnana and then you also have to follow jnana to set example for them. But then I was thinking, maybe it is possible, like maybe one particular devotee may be in the circle of jnanis and he may want to set
Yeah.
example to them.
Yes.
Yeah. That's all for me.
Vikas Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I'm very basic here with all the knowledgeable people around. And I had heard in the same context many decades ago from a saint, and I wish to present the point and get your acknowledgement. Allow me to say it in Hindi, because I feel the flavor of that comes in Hindi from my point of view. And I can translate in English also, that's okay. Right? The mention was कि ये कर्म जो मैं कर रहा हूं और जो ज्ञान मैं इस्तेमाल कर रहा हूं सेवा के लिए, वो कर्म भी मेरा नहीं है, वो ज्ञान भी मेरा नहीं है, वो भी प्रभु का है.
Yes.
As part of the Shuddha Bhakti.
So even the pure devotees, they do jnana and karma. They don't have any faith on that. So karma or jnana is saving me. I need just to set example to society only they are doing, and they don't have any faith means they don't have any dependency on that. Absolutely, they are above to that. They are away from that. Their only thing is, I am the Nitya Krishna Nitya Das. This is the situation. This is the consciousness.
That was resonating. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Nandini Mataji.
Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam, Prabhuji. That was a very wonderful session, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I want clarification from you about my understanding, Prabhuji.
What is that?
So, if this statement was not there in the definition for pure bhakti, that is Jnana Karma Dhyanavritam. So, if it was not there, then we common people would not have got the chance to perform Krishna consciousness. Is it so, Prabhuji? Is it right, Prabhuji?
Wrong.
So, if we do not have somebody to teach us about the Krishna conscious ideas, we would not have got into such consciousness, no, Prabhuji.
You have to hear once again yesterday's and today's lecture 2 times. Please, Mataji, because it needs a lot of assimilation, lot of viparita bhavanas, asambhavanas, lot of doubts are there. You please hear, lot of, actually it needs the meditation. It looks very easy, but it needs the time, Mataji. So please hear. And it's not the last time. It's not the last attempt. It is the beginning attempt. for understanding the pure devotion. So please hear and ask the questions after hearing. So today you should make it as a mission actually, and do this. Hear it. Yesterday's and today's class. Please. Your understanding needs lot actually. You need lot of things to understand. You are very far from the right understanding. Because of your question, I am understanding. Just I am a servant suggesting you. Please.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes. Divini type.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, like in history, we see many examples. Like what happened actually once Krishna spoke, where we hear about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that he came personally to teach how to actually do the bhakti or that surrender, what we say.
Yes.
So we hear example of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then we hear example of these 6 Goswamis, then we hear example even the Thakur or even. So idea in masses.
Prabhu, your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking.
Giving up everything.
Okay, can you last two? Now it is okay. Last 2 lines. Can you repeat, Prabhu? Can you please?
Like we hear
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to teach how to surrender. I came to there actually. After that,
yeah. So that is how. Then we give the example how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left everything, and he showed the example of what it's mean sarvadharman parityaja, or what it's mean becoming pure devotee. Then down the line we see about the 6 Goswamis, and even like Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, and even Prabhupada, and they all almost they left all their worldly duties and this thing, and then that is how they showed the example. So the
and Haridas Thakur, you take Haridas Thakur also.
Yeah, but what we see, like only Bhakti Vinod Thakur, we see one example. So that is what the general message goes in everybody's eyes. That we should take such examples and then move ahead in that way.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Then how then we should be, because that is what the general message goes.
What is the general message?
Means these all devotees, they are actually doing this.
Yes.
That means the idea go, because the option, like you said, for pure devotee, there are 2 options. One is
leave everything,
and other thing showing the example.
Yes.
So that is for pure devotee. So for, as a condition soul, then we aspire for
this stage, pure devotional stage. That means we want to do direct devotional activities 24 hours for Krishna, for his pleasure, without other motivations. So we want to come to that actually. We are not there actually. No, we want to come.
So then that means we have no option except of following this Vaidhi Bhakti or rules and regulation in our life.
No, Vaidhi Bhakti didn't begin. Suddha Vaidhi Bhakti begins after this. That means after getting this kind of state. That means leaving everything or otherwise. So that means fully surrendering to the Lord. So that means who can do this kind of pure devotions, Suddha Sadhana Bhakti, who fully surrender to the Krishna, those only can. That means, so he's completely from the, that means ideology of I am Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and he's completely from all the bodily designations, and he understood himself as a servant of the Lord, and he is committed for that, and with that full Vishwasa, so he is doing every day, every activity for Krishna. So those only Suddha Sadhakas. Before that, everyone is trying actually. We want to come to that stage. Our Vaidhi Bhakti, whatever said by the Rupa Goswami, Suddha Sadhana Bhakti is not began. Mixed Sadhana Bhakti is going on. Karma Gnana Misrita Sadhana Bhakti is going on.
Okay.
We are doing activities for Krishna. Even most of the people, they are not doing 24 hours Krishna. Even some are very dedicatedly doing for Krishna. Still, they are identifying themselves as Vaishya. And even so, one should come out from that also. And on that time also, he should always connect himself with some action, direct action to the Krishna. It's the levels, layers of evolving consciousness. This sloka is a very powerful sloka actually.
And Prabhuji, when we hear like, we also hear that every individual is adhikari for bhakti, right? To perform the bhakti. Every individual.
Who said? Who is rejecting? Nobody is rejecting. Everyone is adhikari. We all began bhakti. So that means it is not pure, but we began. It's not that we are doing pure bhakti now.
Okay.
That means our sadhana bhakti, Suddha sadhana bhakti, what is said in the Rupa Goswami, is not began most of the cases.
We have not begun only.
Yes.
Okay, Buddha. Thank you.
Rajanandan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Pranam. I wanted to answer, but I could not. But I was considering the name, the word, anavritam. So anavritam means not covered. I mean, I want to really to know what is the significance and the dhatu of the anavritam, because sure, it is not possible to eliminate completely all activities in nor karma nor jnana. So it is necessary to consider all those activities on the level of the pure devotion. So anavrita, could you please explain what are the dhatu of anavrita and what is the real meaning of anavritam?
I'm explaining again, okay? I think I already explained. So if you want, I am explaining once more. Okay. Okay,
yes,
let me.
I understood that this word means not covered, not covered.
Okay. With that angle, I will explain. Okay, with that angle, I will explain. Okay. Only just the anavritam word you were expecting. Okay. So you understood jnana karmadi sunyam means. So are you able to see my screen?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yes. See.
Yeah. Jnana karmadi sunyam means, so like activities means direct and indirect. So when you say jnana karmadi sunyam means you are rejecting T1 and T2 activities. That means all the karma jnana. So engaging them into the devotion, all these we are removing out. So then if you take that, then who will be coming for, if you define like this, who will be coming into the Suddha Sadhana Bhakti? Only, so Haridas Thakur and sons are the Goswamis. But we have anavritam word. Anavritam means not covering. Yes, your meaning is right. So that means some Suddha Bhaktas, Suddha Sadhana Bhaktas, so they are 24 hours connecting, their activities are connected with the Krishna directly. But to set example to the society, they will be doing the karma and jnana. Okay? They will be doing the karma and jnana and so to set an example. So that means when they identify, when they are doing the karma as a Vaishya, for example, you take, he is a Suddha Bhakta and also is a Vaishya by the body. So he is identifying himself as a servant of the Lord and doing the either chanting or remembering something. And also identifying himself as a Vaishya and doing the agricultural work. So when he is identifying himself as a Vaishya, this is not covering, this consciousness is not covering. So I am the servant of the Lord. You are understanding this point?
You mean that in the when is identifying with his condition?
Not condition, is to set example. He is considering that. That means because of ignorance, he is not considering himself as Vaishya. To set an example to the society, is considering as a Vaishya.
Yes.
So that's why it is known as Jnana Karma. Anavrutam means this. So if out of ignorance he is considering himself as Vaishnava, Vaishya, and he is not, at that time he will not identify himself as a servant, and then that is interruption actually.
So if I understand well, the opposite of this state of consciousness will be actually he will be covered by this identification.
Yes, that will stop. So identifying himself as, he'll forget I am the servant of Krishna and just in the ignorance that I am the Vaishya. That is out of ignorance. That is a covering actually.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Yes. Okay, any other questions from anyone? Lakshmi
Hare
Narayana. Who is this?
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Wait. I'll come by one by one. Sorry. I will come by one. So now next is one Mataji just began. So who is that? She can continue.
But Prabhuji, I'm Murari Mohini Gopika Devidasi. Prabhuji, can you give me example of Gyan Anavritam? Like you have given example of Karma Anavritam, like Bharat Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, and Bhakti Vinod Thakur. To kindly give the example, some example to make it more clear.
So I am not exactly recalling now. So maybe, so I have to see Mataji. I have to see that. I'm not exactly recalling. So maybe Sanat Kumaras, Chatush Kumaras, I'm not exactly remembering. So we have to give properly. Kardamuni, no. Kardamuni is doing the karma actually. Kardamuni is a Sakam Bhakti, he is not pure devotee also in the beginning. So because our acharyas didn't accept him as a pure, because for getting the children. So like that some acharya said, and some acharya accepted him as a pure devotee because Lord got the tears. So that's why in the Bindu Sarovar, that means before he was not pure devotee, then after that doing devotion he became pure devotee. Like that we take. So anyway, that is stages. That means in the every stage they are not impure. In the certain stage they will become pure also. So in the beginning they might be impure. Like the Dhruv Maharaj initially is going for the worshipping Lord just for getting the material desire. He may be the impurity, but bhakti will be purifying it when he began and continue that. So it will purify. Then after that, later that time he will become pure. So Kardamuni is not the case, Mataji. And I have to see. I cannot just vaguely say.
Tomorrow, okay. Prabhuji, you can.
Not tomorrow. Whenever I get, I will tell.
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So next, Amar Yadav Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Pranam, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I would say one thing that Shuddha Bhakti is like binary, either 0 or 1. So it is 1, not a 0. It is not 0.5 or 0.75. So either it is yes or no. Yes. So whatever I'm doing, like for example, I'm a grihast, I'm doing my job, and then from morning I perform all my duties like chanting, and then I go to office and come back, and then I do like sometimes whenever I get time I read scriptures. But it means that however, like throughout my life up to the age of 60, I'm going to do this because I have to feed my family, so I'm going to do all these things. So it means that Shuddha Bhakti is not possible for me up to 60, but after that I can try. So like I may take sannyas or whatever it is possible. So I would like to understand what exactly I'm supposed to do.
What exactly you have to do, I will explain anyway. What is the qualification for Shuddha Bhakti? Tomorrow I will explain. That is Śraddhā. So from there onwards, everything will be opening. So you are going to the further. So anyway, we cannot say that Bhakti Vinod Thakur is a Grihasthashram, is feeding children, but still is a Shuddha Bhakta. And Gnana Karma Anavartam only is said. Gnana Karma Sunyam is not said. So that's why you can also become Shuddha Bhakta. But only thing is you should be seriously associating the devotees and understand all the axioms deeply in your heart and convinced for that. So and act on that. So anyway, this I'll explain tomorrow. So it is possible for everyone.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So next to Suchandra Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhuji. Oh yeah, I think you answered it to some extent, but I'll again ask that question, Prabhuji. So me being an aspiring devotee with so many anarthas at that stage also, is it possible for me to practice Asma Sarvesh Kaleshu Amanusmara? Like, is it
possible? It's possible. It's possible, Prabhu. If it is impossible, then why Krishna will tell to Arjuna? So it's possible. There is no doubt in that. And Prabhupada said, 24 hours I am doing my chanting and so on, so is. And there are many are there. But we need to create the favorable environment. It is not possible just wherever we are. So it is possible by some changes. To purchase something, you need to have, so give something. No? So if you want to purchase that, yeah.
Yeah, so Prabhuji, basically, the anarthas are not the obstacle to start Shuddha Shraddha Bhakti. I may not be a perfect devotee, but it is not an obstacle to start.
That's why we have the initiating guru. You will be taking about all the anarthas. So that means major stumbling blocks, not the all anarthas. Measuring stumbling blocks has to be removed. When you came in association of devotees, they gave kripa. So by that, so some stumbling block anarthas already over. So that's why there are several factors will come, Prabhu. So we should practice our devotion. Shuddha Bhakti, developing Shuddha Bhakti should be under the guidance of Shuddha Bhaktas, also in the association of Shuddha Bhaktas. So whatever stumbling blocks are there, those will be out from the association of the pure devotees. So anyway, so that we'll discuss in the coming classes.
Okay, Prabhu. Yep. And Prabhuji, I think we will be discussing about what is the formula of remembering like 24/7 and performing our activity, right? Prabhuji, in the upcoming classes.
Prabhu, this course is only for Śraddhā and Śaranāgatī. I will be sticking to my goal and I will make the another thing for that.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay.
Yes. Rameshwari Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
Just give me a minute.
Okay, by that time I can take others. So Archana Bhakti Mataji.
No, I'm ready.
Okay, tell me.
Yeah, I was thinking about these examples of gopis, how they were able to do all their household, everything, and then at the same time think about Krishna 24 hours. And I also remembered that in the Prabhupada purport also he talks about paramour love, like how women thinking of other than somebody, husband always in his thought, but then doing everything so perfectly.
Yes.
We are talking about the simultaneous is possible. How today I read Mad verse also, that verse also I read. So how Arjuna is wonderful. So all this, right from the day one of my Krishna consciousness has been as a theoretical thing only. It has not gone, and even understanding has not come. Only how could it come? So the simultaneous thing, can you please explain? Like I see it is possible. Like you told that the other day I asked you about Bhaktivinoda Thakur doing magistrate job of the magistrate. So is it like the chanting sinks so deep into us that something happens inside our heart without our
that needs the surrenderance, Mataji. As much as your surrenderance level is increasing, so that's every activity. So even if you do some activity, you don't think that you are the doer, and you don't see the equipments are the cause for the action. So you'll be seeing in every thought and everything. That's why Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita helps so much. The analytical study of the Bhagavatam also will help you. So to see everything, that means to remember by seeing everything Krishna. So it needs, that's why again and again you should study Bhagavatam. You should understand all the elements, everything is coming from the Krishna. When you are in the nature, you are seeing, even you see a cow, then immediately you will be remembering Krishna is grazing the cows, and these cows and even this system is given by the Krishna, and every moment it will cooperate. That's why, so to do such a bhakti, we need favorable environment. Anukulyasya sankalpaha pratikulyasya varjanam. So that's why I am going to give more and more actually in the coming classes. So how it is possible, and it is not possible in such a so-called rajasic and tamasic environments. By seeing those things, you'll remember the scientist. and it's very difficult for us. So, and yeah, so that's why we should make the whole situation favorable, actually. Favorable to pure devotional service. Prabhupada is again and again is saying.
Yeah. And yeah, got your point. And one more thing regarding my answer to you when you asked that question about Jnana Karma Shunyam. So my answer was, I was thinking actually that what will happen when I get sick? What will happen when I become old? What will happen when I have to do in the death? So all this time, how to overcome, Prabhu? I was like the same.
Yeah, Mataji, very good thing actually. Even one take the medicine, so he is not believing in the medicine.
Oh, okay, like that. Okay. Same logic. Okay.
He is not, that's the medicine is saving. My Krishna will is willing, then I will be, and if he's not there. And just he is taking the sake of the, so whoever his neighbors are serving or giving. That is surrender actually.
I myself feel, I want to take medicine, means I'm level, no?
That is a surrenderance you should understand. That's why this is the topic.
It is not there. Okay. If surrender is there, we will not trust that. We will trust.
That is a symptom of you are eligible for the pure devotion. Surrenderance is a symptom, is eligibility criteria. We are very far from the beginning step, Mataji. We are very thousands of kilometers away. We are.
Agree, Prabhu. Yes.
Yes. Yes, Archana Bhakti Mataji.
Prabhuji, now I'm hesitating to ask the question. I'm getting scared. But yeah, I think I know what you will say. So I think
Okay, you know, actually, you know. So because for many years you are there, so you know. Okay, no problem. Don't ask. No problem, Mataji. Okay, thank you very much. So that's why that means if you understand these things, and every instruction of Srila Prabhupada is so grave and so important for us. Srila Prabhupada is really a man for saving us, he came. And I feel his every instruction is so important. So you'll understand. So try to get more clarity on your understanding on the pure devotional service, the Suddha Sadhana Bhakti. What we didn't discuss the complete definition of the Suddha Sadhana Bhakti. We discussed the Suddha Sadhana Bhakti only. Suddha Bhava Bhakti, Suddha Prema Bhakti also is possible actually. Because in that Anushilanam, we took only Cheshta Rupa. We didn't take the definition of Bhava Rupa. If you take Bhava Rupa and discuss, then that will become Suddha Bhava Bhakti and Suddha Prema Bhakti. That we are not going to discuss in these classes. Because so we are not having even qualification to become Suddha Sadhaka, then what to speak of Suddha Bhava Bhakta and Prema Bhakta. So that we'll discuss when Preeti Sandarbha. So it is discussed actually, and also what is the conditions and so on. So how to understand by keeping the Anushilanam word Bhava Rupa, the meaning of Anushilanam, take the Bhava, then the whole definition will change. Okay, whole understanding will change. So that is for the Suddha Bhava Bhakti. Like Chayas Bhava Bhakti is there, also Pratibimba Chaya Bhakti is there. So those has to be removed out. And only Suddha Bhava Bhakti should be, we need definition for Suddha Bhava Bhakti also. That is possible by the same words. Anushilanam word, Anyabhilasha Sunyam Gnana Karma Janavrutam. So Anukulyana Krishna Anusilanam Bhaktiruttama, this can be used to define Suddha Bhava Bhakti also. Only thing is, in the place of Shilanam word, in the place of Shilanam, you should take, instead of Cheshta, that means instead of taking the actions by body, mind or speech, you should take, so Bhava. Okay, that we'll see in some later classes. Okay, thank you very much. Any other questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Who is
Prabhu,
this?
Suresh.
Acha. Yes,
Prabhu, Suddha Sadhana Bhakti, is it possible simultaneously without cultivating the Bhava Bhakti, without cultivating a devotional sentiment? Suddha Sadhana Bhakti is possible.
So Suddha Sadhana Bhakti, the driving force is Śraddhā. Śraddhā is coming from the injunctions of the Shastra, understanding of the scriptures and removing the questions, doubts.
Yes, Prabhu,
We are not the.
Tell me,
Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. So we are doing the Suddha Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. We are doing the, even if you modify Shuddha Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, what is the driving force? Śraddhā is the driving force. Śraddhā means what? Shastrartha Vishwasa. That means Shastra is saying this living entity from the beginningless in this material world. So who is giving the directions? All this information coming from where? Shastra. Because of the strength of the Shastra only we are understanding our eternal constitutional position and so acting on the Suddha Sadhana Bhakti.
Yes, Prabhu.
So
For that, I think it requires the bhava also. Sentiment is also required, na? I think.
Prabhu, bhava definition is very different. We are, that is not just we are saying that means mentally we are thinking, so some feeling, that is a mental manasika vritti. Bhava is not a manasika
Emotion.
vritti. That is emotion. That is, bhava is different actually. Beginning day also I said, bhava is awarded thing actually. Is a manifestation of spiritual body.
Okay, Prabhu. Thanks.
Yes. Divyanita Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Puji, when we talk about like Krishna coming to establish dharma, so what Krishna wants to, which dharma Krishna wants to establish? Is it the what dharma Krishna speaks in Bhagavad Gita, or this Uttama Bhakti Krishna wants to establish? Which one?
Paritranaya sadhuna, to protect his devotees. Protecting his devotees is the dharma. For that he is coming. Anyway, other things will happen automatically. Like Prime Minister comes to your village, so opening some hospital, so cleaning of the roads and so and so things will happen automatically. So similarly, when Krishna comes to protect his devotees, so other dharma, that means Varnashram dharma also is established everything. What his main duty is his devotees.
So this prema bhakti is different from like protecting devotees, something this dharma what Krishna is loving.
No, devotees and prema bhakti, how it is different?
Same.
Bhakti is in their heart only, na? If they are not protected, then how he can enjoy?
So Prabhuji, this only in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu incarnation, like Krishna, like if Krishna is coming every time to protect the pure his devotees and this prema bhakti. So why we say only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give this Braj Bhava Bhakti?
So see, ultimate purpose is so Lord's enjoyment, Atma Rama. He is always enjoying. He is enjoying. That's why he is doing the various leelas. So Krishna, so will come. Definitely he is coming to kill the asuras. The Matsya, Varaha, Kurma, Varamana, so and so. So, but every avatara is having some specific purpose. That means killing of this asura, that asura, and so and so. But if you see under the underlying principle, why he wants to kill that asura? So ultimately to protect the dharma. Why to protect the dharma? To protect the bhakti. Otherwise, why this material world is needed? You will wind up all the material worlds if there are no devotees.
Prabhuji, about this material world, like when we hear about this explanation of Divya, Janma Karma Chame Divyam, where this material world creation happens out of Krishna's Ananda. So he is doing this Srishti.
No, he is on that day, second day I explained. That's one Prabhu is asking. Why material world is created? Maya is created because the Lord wants to sleep in a new place. Enjoy. He wants to sleep in a new place. That's why Garbhodaka Jal is created. That means the Garbhodaka ocean, and he is sleeping on that ocean. That's his enjoyment. Srishti Leela is also for his enjoyment only. Remaining things are all happening automatically. This karma, anadikala karma we are having, those are getting that means chance to get the body and so diminish that karma. Yes, those are all happening automatically. Lord is not there to do other than devotion. He'll never do any activity. Or if they are happening, means they are all happening as a byproducts, secondary activities.
Probably like we hear like Lord's pastime of killing demons, and taking like this different avatar, it happens only in this material world or material universes. It doesn't happen in spiritual universe.
Spiritual world,
So
actually,
is it
they
not?
have this some kind of prototypes they might be they are having. So, and also they discuss these leelas. Whatever they in the material world happens, those leelas they discuss there also. They sit and hear devotees, like daytime. So this Gopal Champu, what is it? Suddhakanta and another one more devotee. So they discuss.
Madhukanta.
Madhukanta, yes. So they discuss. So these leelas they will be discussed there. And also they perform these leelas like children without having the original things. They keep something and play. Similarly, they will play there also like that in the spiritual world. You're understanding? Children is driving a truck. It doesn't mean that a truck is hanging there. Here.
Okay.
Similarly, in the spiritual world also they do. So these gopis, gopas, they will play like that.
Okay, boy.
Okay. So, any other questions?
Prabhuji was asking Krishna has descended to establish dharma. Actually, the dharma is Varnashram dharma is secondary. The main dharma is Paradharma. Paradharma.
Prema.
Yes, Paradharma.
Every avatar is for establishing ultimately pure devotional service. But in one avatar, it is emphasized. It is clearly visible.
Yes, Prabhuji. So that we can come to know about the Lord. So that we can have devotion.
Like you see, everywhere air is there, but under fan it is more like that. In every avatar, there is protection of bhakti is there. But in some avatars, you will see exclusive.
For the benefit of the soul, he descended Krishna himself. Yes, sir.
No, for his enjoyment, he descends. He doesn't have any benefit of soul also.
No, so that the soul can understand who is really true God, the Supreme Personality of God.
He is Atma Rama. Then it will break another principle. If you say he is coming for soul, there is another philosophical breakdown will come. Will break. I will explain some other time. Definitely this. Okay. Krishna is not coming for any other material problems. No, he is only coming for his devotees. Krishna is avatars only for his devotees.
So to make the devotees understand about him, the God. That is the main.
Not for the Jivatma. Jivatma who is not devotee, he is not having any botheration for him. He never interfere into his life. You are understanding? If he is doing like that, then why Jivatmas are in this material world? He has to make everyone devotee.
No, Prabhuji, as a part of him, he also wants all the souls to come back to him. He also wants that, na?
So, see, he is not at all coming for that. Of course, he wants, but it doesn't mean that he is doing that. Why he will reject if some more servants are adding?
He will not reject, but he makes us to qualify to go to associate with him.
Then why this material world is there? He has to done before itself. In the conditioned soul's lifestyle, he never interferes personally. Okay. Anyone who is not at all a devotee, he is not turned towards him. He never cared for that jiva. As a Paramatma, just he will sanction. That means being in the situation in the heart, all that means Gnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, he will allow and distribute as a rule for the creation. But specifically coming to the devotee's case, no. Sorry, this way conditioned soul who is not devotee, Krishna or the any author is not any botheration for that.
That's why we conditioned soul came to about Krishna Prabhuji. That's why we have been into
Krishna, no, Krishna didn't do anything for us, conditioned soul. Devotees, Vaishnavas, they did sadhu sangha. So that sadhus are more merciful than the Krishna. Anyway, Prabhu, you have to know many things actually. Okay. So that means it is a big explanation. So what is Atma Rama? If you take that means Krishna is coming for the brand new, so rejected, that means who against to him. So for the conditioned soul eternally. So for that he is coming, then a lot of philosophical breakdown will come. Then why Krishna is not saying every Jivatma? Then why he is causing problem? All the philosophy will mess up. Okay, try to understand what I am saying. Okay, so then that's why there is a Atma Rama principle also will be breakdown. And that's why Krishna is not at all turning towards those people who are not at all devotees. He will never interfere into their life personally. You can keep this for the time being. Yeah.
Yes, sir, by understanding is the dissension. Other conditioned soul, earlier conditioned souls might have come into the Krishna consciousness, Prabhuji, because of this understanding of the knowledge. Knowledge of the dissension is past times.
Beginning of Krishna consciousness, who will begin Krishna consciousness? Who will give Krishna consciousness to the Jivatma? From Anadi Kala, it is in the conditioning, that means karma. Who is giving? Answer this question.
Who is giving? Maybe with the free will of soul may also want to.
Prabhu, speculations, bahut speculations hai.
So in that case, why only few people are devotees? Many people are non-devotees then.
That means Jiva's free will and it is becoming devotee. Yeah? Prabhu, okay. So I will ask Rajendra Nandan Prabhu. Rajanandan Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, it's about the service. So it should be considered that we should always perform the seva for Krishna. But what about the seva for the devotees? How can we know that our seva will be accepted by Krishna according to the different condition of the devotee we can meet and serve?
Can you repeat, Prabhu? Sorry, I'm not able to focus your question. So sorry for that.
It's about the seva. So for attending the pure bhakti, we should always make direct service for Krishna.
Yes.
Or to make service or on service, but anavritam. But what about the service we can perform for other devotees and depending on their platform where they are?
Very good question, Prabhu. Very good question. So when I explained Krishna Anushilanam, Krishna means you should take Krishna, and also doing direct service to the Guru, doing direct service to the Vaishnava.
Yes, Prabhu.
That is also Krishna, his devotees, and also Guru.
But how do we know that the devotees we are serving are the completely receiving the pure quality of our seva?
Very good, very good. So how to know the sadhus? How many types of the sadhus? So how to recognize that? That also we should know actually. So that's why our acharyas explained that sadhu prakaraha, types of sadhus. We should understand that. That's very important. And also should understand Guru Tattva. Who is Guru?
Yes, but not only the Guru. Maybe for the Guru, it is determined. So we all that philosophy of a rubber stamp Guru. Okay, but I'm speaking also about the day-to-day life when we are in an environment of devotees, and sometimes because I'm very practical and technical, so they are asking me so many things to do, and they call me for this and for that. But what can I think about that solicitation, if I should serve them or what?
That's why now this is the understanding. Then to implement this, we need to have the Shiksha Guru, Bhajana Shiksha Guru. So under his guidance, you should do that. That means pure devotion. So anyway, first of all, we are trying to come to the platform of pure devotion. So then after coming to the pure devotion, that means after Śraddhā, next is Sadhu Sangha. So that means we should be in the association of pure devotees and do the devotion. So that's why Rupa Goswami is saying Śraddhā is the beginning. That means this is the requirement platform. That means whoever is pure devotee means he is already having Śraddhā, means Śaranāgatī. Now what is the next step? He will be in the association of pure devotees, not in any other devotees.
So does that mean that we should avoid any kind of regular devotees and try not to be associated too much with them and try only to be with the
we have to give all the time preference to, if we are serious, then we have to give preference to attend more and more pure devotees association. That is a seriousness. Obviously, that is definitely useful. And definitely, yeah, so definitely that is. So, and if, like you see, Prabhupada is sending people to do preaching, new places. So there also we are going and we are bringing, that means we are trying to bring the people to the devotion also. There also we are doing the direct devotional activities. So there also, so it's not that everyone is escaping. That means, no, I should get the pure devotional devotees association and I will not be here and I will not do this service. It's not like that actually. That's why we have to understand where we are. Artificially we are saying, I am in the pure devotional platform and now I am only pure devotees. Or really we are not there in that platform, then how to come to that? I'm saying, try to understand. That is the thing for whom already in the pure devotional platform. But artificially you cannot say, I will not do any karma and now I will leave everything. So, okay, so I will do the pure devotion. But you are also not able to, so according to the definition, you have to 24 hours engage in the direct devotion. That also you are not doing. So that's who will check this. Shiksha Guru will check, and where you are struggling, then he will help. He should help.
So we should have fully confidence on the Shiksha Guru?
Yes. Otherwise, how will progress? If you don't have confidence on the doctor, then how will you get the medicine?
But Shiksha Guru should be also on the topmost platform, isn't it?
If you want to raise someone up, then you have to be in the top platform. No? Otherwise, you can down, and how you can pull the another person within the down.
Okay, but it's not so simple thing that to recognize who is on the Uttama platform.
Not Uttama, sorry, pure devotional platform, yes. So that's why we should. So then we'll search, then Krishna will give, na. If we have desire, then Krishna will fulfill. You have confidence on Krishna or not?
Yes, so we should depend on Krishna, definitely.
Yes. So by the mercy of Krishna, you'll get the Shiksha Guru.
Okay. That's simple. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes. Kalru Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So my question is, according to everything we have learned today, what is the place of Food for Life doing in our society of ISKCON?
What is that? Place of?
The Food for Life doing Food for Life. And
yes,
devotees concentrate on Food for Life, yes.
Yeah, we are not, it's not prasadam for devotee, for prasadam for the people. We should call like that. If you say it's a food for life, food means what? Just it's a, to maintain their body we are giving, then it is food for life, it's a material activity. But if you say it's a prasadam for the people, then it's a devotional activity. Distributing prasadam is direct devotional activity.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
But what is the consciousness? What is the mood behind that? And you are offering and giving, or just you are just to get the name, fame, and just to, food is given. That we should understand.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. So, okay. Suresh Prabhu, don't worry. So, be in touch. We'll discuss. Many things are there. एक ही दिन में सब कुछ नहीं हो सकता है. At one time only. We cannot satisfy you all the ways. And it's a long journey, Prabhu. You have to learn so many things. So, you're asking questions. Yeah. So, be enthusiastic and continue your devotion and also your participation. So keep on learning, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much for all of you, all the devotees, for kind participation and enthusiastic involvement in every aspect, in every moment. So I expect same thing from in the future classes. So I will end up today's session here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Please hear class once again, because assimilating is not happening. It cannot happen so easily by one time hearing. Hear 1-2 times the class and come, please, please, please. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.